Okay, we got a question for our American mamas. Dear mamas, who would teach their kid to rip up someone else's American flag?
Oh, well, let's ask our American mamas.
Mama, mama.
Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way I find love.
And joining us now are American mamas, Terry Natterville and Denise Arthur. This is from a video y'all posted on your Facebook page, facebook.com/American Mamas. There was a mom riding a bicycle and a kid on a scooter, and he's going down the sidewalk, and they get to, I guess this was from someone's doorbell.
It was in California.
It was in California,
Yeah.
and there was an American flag right where the driveway and the sidewalk come together, just kind of planted, a little bitty one planted.
In their yard.
Mm-hmm. And the kid on the scooter stops, and he tries to pull it out of the ground, doesn't do it successfully, so he has to stop. So the mom riding the bicycle stops and watches him do this. Yeah. He then reaches down, pulls the American flag out of the ground, throws it down on the ground, and then they ride on, and mom continues to ride on as if the child has just tied his shoe or something along those lines.
Well, let me just say, in all fairness, because I've read a bunch of comments about this, and so we don't know if that was his mother. It could have been a sitter, may not have been the mother, so we might not take the parent train on that. Sure. Although I know some people that we can take the parent train on.
If that was a sitter, maybe we should be hiring a new sitter.
Exactly. Maybe the mother doesn't know, but apparently this same child had done it to a neighbor's flag across the street. So a repeat offender. What he? I don't know. He probably was somewhere between 6 and 10.
Yeah,
I mean, I couldn't tell good from the
7 or
video.
8, something like that.
I think our kids aren't being taught. So he doesn't know.
Oh, they're being taught.
He knows what he sees. He knows what he sees on TV. He knows what he sees athletes doing. That's what he knows, and that's what he sees. That's what he's hearing. The flag is bad. The flag is bad. The flag is not bad. If the flag was bad, the people in Cuba would not be marching down the street with our American flag. The people in Hong Kong would not have been marching down the street with our American flag. Maybe we'll try a new kind of soccer. You know how you go in and you tag up and somebody comes out and you go in? Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what we need to start doing with Americans that do not understand why we pay respect to the flag. I stand for the flag for a whole bunch of reasons. Right. For the people that fought for this country, for people that were heroes like Martin Luther King. There are many reasons to stand for the flag, but our kids are not being taught that, and they're being taught garbage.
Exactly.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No,
I had to rant for 1 second.
Well, you ranted for most Americans with that one little rant. And I will tell you, when other countries are using your flag in their own country, what do? They're saying this flag represents freedom. Yeah. This flag represents what we want in this country.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, these kids are being taught to be victims. They're being taught that the American flag is bad and the American flag represents oppression. And all the things that the leftists have been pushing, indoctrinating, using as propaganda for our children. And a lot of us didn't even know that until we had the Zoom, until COVID. And the parents were like, wait, what is your teacher saying?
Yeah.
So we understand that
it was an eye-opener.
We are being taught, our children are being taught to disrespect the flag. So this kid did what he did with very much pride in his heart, which broke mine. Because when he did that, you could see, I mean, like Stephen just said, the mom or the sitter or the aunt or the friend, whoever that woman was, she stopped long enough and was willing to wait for him to get off of that scooter and to use all of his might to pick it out of the ground, throw it in the grass.
Which means she feels the same way he does.
She feels the same way.
See, this is what I don't understand. People don't understand. That flag stands for unity. It's the one thing that we should all be able to stand together, take your hat off, put your hand over your heart, and look at. And it means, regardless of how you feel about anything else that is going on in this country or anything that you want to change or anything that you don't like, it is that one beacon that we can all look at, and we are all one. We are all one.
And that
if you don't want to be all one, then go to another country.
When did that change? Because we grew up feeling like that. We grew up watching the Olympics and feeling
when
such pride.
45 came, that's when it changed. When 45 came.
Who freaking changed the way that these people feel about our American flag and what it represents?
Athletes changed it first. That's the first visual for a kid to see would be liberal athletes. But that was their first, that was probably the first visual thing that they saw was from somebody that they look up to or would consider a hero. I think people just don't understand why we stand for the flag. There are very few moments in time where this country country stands together and agrees on everything and acts as a whole. Let's just take, for example, 9/11.
Right.
On that day, we
Yes.
were all
We were all
one.
together.
We were all together. And even if we're all together for just that 5 minutes,
Yeah.
just that 5 minutes can heal a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And I think people need to rethink about, look, I'm behind you. You got something you're not happy about, protest it. You got something
But
you don't
also,
like, do
Denise-
something about it. But don't disrespect the one thing that
Right.
brings us together.
And by the way, that was private property. That was somebody's stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
no matter what it was, you don't pick it up out of the ground and throw it. That is disrespectful. And
Little criminal.
If you'd like to ask our American Mamas a question, go to our website, AmericanGroundRadio.com/mamas, and click on the Ask the Mamas button. Terry Netterville, Denise Arthur, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.